when you became Sailor Moon, like when you started off, what was your like? I know your reason for doing it is because of the Women of Power, but like, how did you become like? Was it callbacks? Was it like auditions? Did you just like what empowered you to become her? Like
Serena. Okay, that's a good question. I was a voice actor who was quite well known in Toronto, so I was usually called in for a series that would be right for me. But the funny thing is, I was called in to play Luna, and I read the bio and the breakdown, and I read the Serena thing, and no one knew about Sailor Moon at all. Like we had manga, no one knew what manga was. So, I mean, I'd been to Japan as Anne of Green Gables, and so I knew, and she's very famous there, and so I knew what manga was, but I didn't know that Sailor Moon came from a manga. No one did. Like, we were just reading this stuff going, I don't know. You know, so I read her, and I thought, you know, I'm more like her. You know, and so when I went in, I just said, you know, I would rather read the girl than the cat, because I think I'm more like the girl than the cat. So they said, okay, read her. And then they said, okay, you're her. And I went, yay! And then the next day, they had a guy, like, this was an animation, like, I don't know if you've seen Mrs. Doubtfire. But yeah, so in the beginning, you know, when Robin Williams is in the booth and he's reading underneath, this was called Rhythmaband, and they never used it in North America except for it to dub from foreign language, right? Have a good con!
Cheers,
Go
sorry.
get them! They never used it except for foreign language. So they were using Rhythmaband to make, because it was already existing animation. So the next day, the guy who was doing it had only done foreign language stuff and never done any cartoons or anything like that, and I'd already directed. So that we were going, and all the actors were going, what the heck is this? We don't know what to do. Blah, 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 blah. Cosmos, blah, crystals, blah, 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 transformation, blah, blah, blah. And so they went, Tracey, have you directed before? I said, yeah. They said, okay, you're the director. So, yay! so within the first week, I was voicing and directing, and I was like, yay! Because in those days, I was into healing and crystals and stuff, and that was like a really weird thing to be into. And so I was like, this is my series! I'm so excited! So yeah, so it's really, that's how it all came about.
Hi, I'm Nick T here from the Nickscast.com, here with Tracey Moore, famous voice actress of many characters such as Sailor Moon, Shrieky, sorry, they're all over the table here. We've got...
There you go, look there!
Yeah. And we've probably got some more to the notes. Thank you very much for taking the time to
That's my pleasure.
I was wondering, one of the first questions I'd like to ask is just, how has it been like here at Voice City?
The people are great. What a great feeling it is here. It's really, really nice. I really enjoy it. Yeah, it's been a spectacular time. It hasn't been a hitch. People are kind. It's really a good vibe. Everyone's having fun. Yeah, I've really enjoyed it.
Since a lot of the panels that we've done here today, like your voice acting, I was actually going to ask a story.
Okay.
What is probably the moment that sticks out in your mind, your favorite moment of having a fan either come up here and just like, what is your favorite moment being on this side of the table?
I love it when you meet somebody who knows your voice and they see you for the first time. It dawns on them when they hear you speak that you're that. You know, that's them. And all of a sudden they're back to 5 years old again and they go, and you just see this childlike smile come out. And everyone has a different way of doing it, either shy or overt or whatever they are. But that moment of sharing that recognition and going, yeah, I know you. You know, I'm the one. And it's like, there's sort of a shared dream that we had, you know what I mean? Because I dreamed it up and the audience listened and they dreamed with me and we made this thing happen together. So it's like meeting a friend that you never really knew. That's pretty cool. Yeah, it's beautiful.
The other thing I was going to ask is, again, you talked a lot about voice acting, you talked a lot about roles that you have done. If you could be, and I know you've done voice directing and teaching, and there's a project that you mentioned that...
Yes, which I can't talk about.
That's fine. If you could voice any character, either ones that already exist or projects that are upcoming, what would be the character that you would want?
My ideal like the archetype kind of pantheon
Fire Marshal Bill.
would be a very bad character somebody that started out very bad and turned into like the epitome of a superhero, like very good. And you don't see that ever. You see good go bad. We haven't seen a lot of bad go good in a very transformative way, like an evil character to turn good and for us to see how evil morphs into transcendence.
Right, because I suppose a lot of characters you see start in a gray area and then they get dark.
Yeah.
They start in the gray.
They get dark and we see their pain and they became formed by pain. Or they were great and they stayed kind of great and they combat pain and ugliness. Or they combated pain and ugliness, such as in Two-Face, and his pain takes over his goodness and he turns bad. But we don't see very much of like someone who understands evil, who enjoys evil, and then who has a revelation to turn these things into good. And they turn into good because of a strength, because of something they want to do. You know what I mean? And I'd love to see all that working, right? That's what I'd like to do. Like the inversion of Sailor Moon.
The last question that I have is just, if you had a Sailor Moon Says segment right now, not actually, but if you had something that you could just talk to the camera and either give a bit of advice to someone, or just, talk about a project that you're working on, you just want to tell people about it. What would that be?
Sailor Moon says if you have a dream, you really should, if you're listening to this right now, and you have a dream or something you really want, believe it, because it's there for a real reason. And Sailor Moon says the next step you take after this should be towards that thing you're thinking of. Mwah!
Thank you very much, Tracey, for taking the time.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it.
Thanks. Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Take care.